All right. Hello, everyone. We're back. It's Clark and Matt.
We're
As
back.
always, we're here to recap another episode of Chair Company, episode 2.
Yeah.
Um, as you guys may remember, episode 1 definitely left us with a little cliffhanger. Where if you can recall, we ended with the parking lot incident and the double chase down and the shirt grab. That's kind of what we are supposed to remember. That's what they tease us with on the intro. Um, and so then we're dropped back into Ron's life, but he's not really messing with the shirt yet. He's kind of on a run, which maybe is kind of thematically on point,
Sure.
but
He's still active
still
somewhere in those
active, yeah.
heights.
And then, but he gets maybe a text that he's worried about. So he gets a text from his wife Barb, like, "Come home now," and
Well,
he's
we even get a fake out right before that,
we do,
not
yeah.
to swap you, not to stop your roll too hard. But I think I mentioned this even last time. I am impressed by this show's ability to make you feel on edge, even
Hmm.
though it's
It's
not
so
a
goofy.
horror show. It's so goofy. Exactly. Like
Yeah.
it's I think it is it's really good to be able to feel to like laugh in one moment and then actually feel like not like scared necessarily. It's only like 10 seconds where like, oh, this guy basically what happens
Yeah,
is he's running and then someone kind of runs
right.
in the
It,
frame
it
behind him, and it's the classic horror movie thing where it like the person is in the
right.
blur.
We're made to believe someone's chasing him. And then
And I
of
believed
course
it.
it's just, yeah, no, definitely. Like, you have no reason not to, because the last thing from episode 1 is someone was chasing him. And then of course it was just someone going for a run behind him. He freaks out, but then he gets the text from
Yes.
Barb, "Come home now." He, about faces and gets home, just to discover it's not really anything. Basically, um, their
And
daughter
he's
Natalie is wanting to have their her wedding in a barn, a haunted barn, and
yes.
Barb is wants some backup.
Yeah. She wants him to not let that happen. And
Yeah.
it's a funny little dichotomy there because so I was watching this for the first time, or not for the first time. Gracie watched it with me, my wife, and
Hmm.
she did not watch episode 1. She was just like, "I just want to start on episode 2." I was like, "Okay, that's weird,
Yep.
but let's do it." Um,
Yep.
and she was trying to figure out basically the whole episode, starting from this moment, if he was meant to be a good dad or not. I think that
Mm,
question's fully answered for me. I also saw episode 1, but part of the reason is because in this scene, he like obviously runs back and is really concerned and gives due care to listening, and then
hmm.
he's like, "Oh, well, I was worried of something important, not this like wedding thing that I just don't care about." And they like
Right.
totally no react him on that. Like clearly, it's the constant thing that is in
Yeah.
this show of like they don't. You even mentioned it the first scene in the first episode where at the dinner, like they're not reacting to Tim Robinson's or
No,
Ron's
he's
antics.
he's yeah, he's still doing it, saying the weird things that might make you think he'd be a bad dad, but they just kind of rolls off their
They're like, "Yeah,
back somehow.
this is Ron. This is
Yeah,
Dad."
yeah, no, it's just the stupid wedding stuff, Dad. Like,
Yeah.
thank you. But yeah, but also the haunted barn thing is totally such a Tim thing. Like, he's so obsessed with haunted stuff.
Yeah, between,
Like,
like, the ghost tour, "I Think You Should Leave" skit and the sewers and Friendship, and
yep,
there's gotta be at least one more.
the funny bit with I forget who it was, but it kind of rolls around on socials every now and then, where he's like calling in as like a COVID during COVID of like he owns a haunted house, and like because of the COVID restrictions, he's not going to be able to get the proper equipment to like make his haunted house up to snuff. Like, oh, that bit is so funny to me.
There's
Um, if
something about
yeah,
Haunted that he finds funny, and
yeah,
I guess we do
yeah,
too.
and I think there's a few other of those things in this episode that we can touch on when we get to him. But like, he definitely has his like I don't know, little handful of things that he's like, this is funny to me. I'm gonna force this
Yeah.
to be in the episode.
We get a fedora later, and we get some
Yep.
complicated shirts, which
Yep.
we'll get to when we get to, but yeah.
We'll get to that. But yeah, so of course he agrees. He's going to help out with convincing Tara's father to let this wedding happen. So he gives in. And then he
Yeah,
does
he's the
actually.
cool dad.
He's
He's the
cool.
cool
He's a
dad.
cool dad. Yeah, I meant to ask what you think, but I do think he's a good father. It seems that way so far. Like, He's
That's where
obviously
I
just
fall on it.
distracted, but
I mean, I've seen 2 episodes. You've
right.
seen have you finished it yet? I forget. Or
I haven't watched the most recent episode, so I'm
oh,
on 7.
okay.
And so
Well,
I do
unless
have maybe
he
more knowledge.
assassinates his character in the next few episodes,
Yeah.
I believe he is a good dad. And I'll pick this thread up later. I don't believe, excuse me, he's a good boss necessarily. I
Yeah.
or at least a good coworker, maybe like is a
Mhm.
better way to say it. Like someone good to work with, a colleague.
Yeah.
Um,
He
but I
makes
do think
questionable
he,
decisions, in
yes,
regard to his employees often, yeah.
yeah, I do think he is like good to his family. I mean, clearly, or at least at the very least, they think he's good to them. Which
Yeah.
there's something there. Is like, is that all parenting is? I don't
Yeah,
know. That's
and he's,
complicated, but
right, and, to that note, like, he lies again to them, to their face, like, it shows the cut on his forehead, and he
hmm
blames it on, stupid Douglas for hitting him with the whatever it was, hockey stick or something.
yeah,
So, yeah, he's a good dad, and his heart's maybe in the right place per se, but he is definitely, hiding stuff from them.
yeah,
Um, so yeah, we, next or, maybe it's that day, I forget, but goes to work and he's searching for the murder, not the murder weapon, but the, attack weapon, the pipe.
yes.
He finds it under a car, and then he obviously has another awkward moment with Becca because she always, like, keeps finding him in, caught red-handed, basically. She's, like, on to him. Um,
That's
he
definitely
makes
one of
up
those like
yeah.
movie tropes that is
Mhm.
not a real life trope, or at least not one from my lived experience. Like
Yeah.
the person who is constantly catching someone being
Yes.
weird, often our
Somehow
protagonist.
always sniffs out yeah, just always there,
I have
yeah.
not lived that. Maybe it's because I'm doing less suspicious things or
Yeah,
whatever interesting things, but
yeah.
I don't I don't have someone that's like, "Ah, you always just see me doing the weirdest things," you know.
Right, right.
But
And, yeah,
anyway,
potentially there are other people feel differently, like, maybe they do feel like, "Oh, that person
sure, sure,
always catches me doing something weird," and they probably think I'm so weird, but, no, that is certainly, Ron and Becca, like, Becca just
yeah,
always catches him, like, she has to be so suspicious of him, and she does has no
and he
she
can't play
doesn't know
things
what
off.
yeah, no, he can't. That's right, he was searching for a Hershey's Hug because of 'cause of lunch,
That was awesome.
naturally.
That was so
Um,
good.
so yeah, back at work, he finds the pipe, he sneaks it into work, starts doing some detective, sort of things, and buys a, fingerprint kit online. So he's digging into this, he wants to find the attacker. He's all the
Yeah.
way back in. We already kinda knew that, but he's back in on this thing, he wants to, pursue it.
And he doesn't just buy
Um
it, to be clear. He does, rush
That's
ship it
right, yeah,
for,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
an absurd amount of money.
Yeah, he it is funny what he's willing to spend on random, impulse things.
Yeah.
Happens more in this episode, but another funny tiny thing that I thought was funny, I don't even know why, but, like, where he taps his phone on the on the screen, I don't even was that even in this scene? It might have been later, but
And
he,
I
like, taps
totally
his
yeah.
phone on the computer, like, in such a lame way, but it's like and it just, yeah, like, fake technology,
Well, there's, like, that I know on Apple devices, you can if you, like, do that with 2 phones on their
y
tops to each other, it'll, like,
yeah.
AirDrop, but it works, like, 20% of the time, I feel like.
Yeah, it always does the thing you don't want it to do. It doesn't airdrop, it shares your contact or vice
Yeah,
versa,
yeah,
like, yeah.
exactly. That's exactly what it does. So,
Yeah.
maybe he finds something funny in that, and this
He's
is
probably
that.
playing on that, yeah. It's like, you potentially could do this, but it would probably screw up.
And
Um,
one thing I was curious about with the fingerprinting kit, I was curious if this was like a real if you could buy this. In my head, I was like, I don't
yeah,
know, there's some like FBI warehouse that sells these things and they just do it. You have to like put in your you have to have like
yeah,
a approved government ID or something. But and I haven't bought any of these to verify, but Amazon is ripe with fingerprinting
it's
kits, it
got
seems.
something,
And
okay.
some of them are kids, some of them are
Right,
like,
it's probably
it's
similar to the ones he receives.
yes. But there's
Yeah,
like there's at least a few that I mean I would believe that I could fingerprint
mhm,
someone with these. I guess I'll just put it that way.
okay.
As a layman,
S
so
so that's plausible, that's
it's
plausible.
plausible. Yeah,
Yeah. So then furthermore, he's also doing some detective work on the shirt and he finds out where it's from, finds the address, and so he's trying to figure out how he can turn his news interview into a trip to Tamblay, the shirt place.
And I was
He
just,
can't.
how could he not
Yeah,
have done it after?
I know. Like, why does this need to happen right now? And why is it so urgent that he's willing to like throw his coworker under the bus or in harm's way?
Almost
Um,
under the bus,
yeah,
not
like
figuratively, but
literally
yeah.
under the army vehicle. But yeah, so
Yes.
Becca insists that oh, what is her name? Jamie
Mhm.
comes comes along with Ron, probably because Becca's suspicious, of course. But Ron makes her drive alone. She hates driving, and here we go. Ron turns it into a high speed chase. Jamie gets caught in the uh, gets in a car wreck basically, and
And we can hear
he
her
does not stop.
screaming from
Yes,
more or less inside Ron's car.
yeah, inside Ron's car, through all of, and then from her car, she's screaming. She's had a traumatic incident for sure, but he carries on. He carries on to Tamblay. He saw the daylight, and
And what do you think she thinks when she shows up at the news interview? Because when he shows up at the news interview post shirt excursion,
mm-hmm,
she's there. What did she
yeah,
think he was doing in the?
right.
I remember he gives an excuse, but they don't linger on it in the slightest. So
They
I
don't,
just you know,
and she
maybe
has
we're
to
not supposed
be.
to
She has
go
to
this
have
deep, but
noted that. Uh, I'm thinking she notes that because later in the episode, she kind of does say some stuff that she's like, something's going on with you. I'm not sure what, but
yeah, yeah.
so yeah, he somehow he finds the I don't know how long it takes 10 minutes to go to Tamblay, and he has a very I think you should leave type interaction with this fella at the behind the counter of Tamblay. Of course, Tim thinks shirts are funny. He's
Especially
got a lot of
the
yeah,
complicated buttoned kind of
yes,
satiny
right.
type ones. Yeah.
But the guy behind the counter convinces Ron that he might have an idea of how who bought this shirt or what he's shaped like or
It's
um
he I was convinced. I was fully bought in that he knew this guy
hmm
from the basically the shirt club, the shirt membership club, and they have a meeting
right,
coming up. Like
yep,
I was bought in. I when
right.
he fist pumps
He
basically
definitely
and is
seemed
like, "I
to.
got you," and then Tim
Yeah.
is like, "You don't know who this
You
guy
don't know.
is."
Yeah,
I was
right. Yeah,
That's a good
he
twist.
ropes him into the Tamblay membership club because uh the guy thinks he the owner of the shirt might show up to the weekly meetings or whatever they've got coming up, which is a
Yeah,
funny concept to me.
this
Um,
is there's a really interesting theme in the past in this or in this interaction and friendship and a little bit in Detroiters as well, which is like the theme of like male friendship generally and like having a thing
Absolutely.
that you do with guys. Like
Yeah,
he clearly finds that kind of funny as well.
yeah. No
Because
matter the
that's
how absurd, he seems
yeah,
to think that there's some niche thing that guys might clump together and
right. Because like
yeah,
friendship, that's the whole. I mean, that is the most prominent in friendship. That's the whole thing of
yep,
the movie is that
mhm,
Paul Rudd clicks with these guys, and he kind of doesn't get how to click with these guys, and he keeps
mhm,
trying to like clubify it or like do certain things to anyway. And
yeah,
this is just a funny kind of little note in that conversation of like
right,
the shirt club. Like
yeah,
it's not too far fetched to think that I mean, like Rotary clubs or like
yeah,
whatever. These are all kind
yeah.
of
This might exist. Who knows?
they're
Like
loose
maybe Men's
ties.
Warehouse has like a
Yeah,
finer things men's club,
right. And I wouldn't be that surprised. It's yeah.
right? But of course, yeah, Ron drops the 60 whatever bucks. The guy's thrilled that he he made the sale. Yeah, yes. Um, so then yeah, so he continues on. He goes to his interview, his news interview. Like you said, Jamie's already there. She's beside herself. She's
She's
just had
spitting.
a
She's so
yeah.
upset.
She just right. She just saw her life flash before her eyes. Um, Ron, he had no idea. I have no idea. I'm sorry, Jamie. Um, but
And then
of
she's
course he
like,
did.
"No, you saw me.
Yeah.
Like you watched me
Yeah, right. Yeah. I saw your
pull over."
eyes in the mirror.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's tough.
But no, I mean, to me I was like, okay, more and more people are kind of getting looped into this like side thing Ron's got going on. Like who else is going to get caught in the crossfire here? So, Jamie's now in on it. Like you said, she's probably suspicious too. Like, okay, where did Ron go? Why was he driving away from me so fast? Uh, what a freak. So, yep. Later he gets home after the interview. They don't really show the interview, but maybe they will later. And the fingerprint kit is waiting for him. Glad he went for the quick the quick delivery. And it's a piece of trash, like completely worthless. Everything's fake. You can't open anything. Like it's literally just a prop.
It might be
Um,
worth a gift though, as we find out soon.
right. Yeah, yeah. But what was, I guess, worth something was the tiny hat that is just a hunk of plastic that he gives to his son Seth as he walks in. So
It's like
it's
worse
just
than
like,
a
okay.
freebie they'd give you at like a sports game or something.
Yeah.
Like it is,
Right.
it's not even. There's not even like a cool little, like you can't put the hat on your like
No.
stuffed animal or something. Like it is a just hunk.
Yeah, it's just a solid hunk of plastic. He gives it to his son Seth, and he's actually not as weirded out as he should be. Like he's like, "Oh, okay, thanks."
Yeah, I
Um,
got you this.
yeah, like, "Okay, thanks, Dad." Um, and then yeah, so he kind of starts checking his email. And of course, Tamblay emails just absolutely blowing him up. So, just complete spamming him. Like who knows what it is? It's probably actually real men emailing. It's not.
Yeah, I got the sense it was like a one of those email chains where it's like
Yeah,
they've got what was eventually replaced by like a forum, but this
yeah,
is them. This is how they talk, which
yeah, yeah.
thematically is perfect.
Yeah, it's right on. It's right on. But then it does. It pans to he gets an email from HR, and we've got a plot point coming back. He needs to go to HR about the upskirt incident.
Yeah,
So next day he's got a meeting with HR, and we kind of get a few more details about apparently him and Amanda. They used to know each other. They went to high school together. Um, but she was completely different. She looked completely different. So don't even don't even think that they used to be in the same crew.
the she
Um,
looked completely different.
yeah,
Was I mean it
she
was
looked so
it was
funny.
exactly it was exactly like something I would have expected him to say, but at the same time I could not. That part of these jokes is like there's not really you couldn't be like, oh, he meant she looked this way. Like it's
Yeah,
the joke is that she said she looked
yeah,
completely different, not how she looked necessarily.
yeah.
Like,
She looked right.
and you can't
Is he
pinpoint.
making a joke about how she used to look, or is he making a joke about how she looks now? Like,
Is he making a joke
it's,
about his
it's
crew
somehow
and
an
they?
insult. Yeah,
It's yeah, exactly, and that's just I really got a good chuckle out of that one.
yeah. So, I mean, there might be more on the bone there. Let's see, but he has to watch an HR sort of training video on, I guess, general harassment behavior or something in the workplace. But during the video, he kind of has an epiphany of something about this whole, you know, pipe person. And so he goes, he follows that lead. He goes out to the bush to see, all right, maybe this guy was waiting for me in the bush. Obviously, that's what he might be doing. And there he finds some trash, which he assumes to be the perpetrator. And I guess he
Man's
was
got to eat.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, so the guy was waiting for him, had his trash from Jan's Cafe. We've got a new lead. We're going to Jan's Cafe. So Ron's just hot on his trail. We get to Jan's Cafe and it's absolute madness. Like something, I don't even know. This place is so surreal.
yeah.
People are absolutely just screaming, like stuff's
There's
on
like
fire.
fights. Yeah,
Yeah.
fights breaking out, and the
Yeah.
lady is serving orders. It's like Cooking Mama video game or something. Like the orders are
Yeah.
churning. Like she
Yeah.
is picks up an order, puts it on the counter, picks up an order, puts it on the
Yeah.
counter. Like they're eating so much.
Yeah. Place is absolutely packed. She can't hear Ron. Ron's trying to ask, "Hey, who ordered this takeout? I'm trying to find the guy." Blah blah blah. It's
which
so
is
much
an
chaos.
impossible
Stuff's on
question to
fire.
answer.
Yeah,
I
like
mean,
what? I don't know what he wants from her.
he's like, oh,
Um,
the nachos that we have sold 100 a
right?
day
Yeah,
of.
someone got 10 seconds ago. Um, and then finally it gets so chaotic that she calls the security guard. Lo and behold, that's our guy. So that's our guy. Ron recognizes him immediately. They go out. They start having a little scuffle. Um, who hired you? Ron's trying to figure out who hired you. Who are you working for? Um, and it gets revealed. One, it gets revealed that his name's Mike. Two, it gets revealed that he didn't know the guy. He doesn't know anything about him. He just got hired to scare Ron. Um, and then so kind of the script flips. Ron's able to convince him, hey, I think the person
Yeah,
who hired you is a bad guy. Maybe you should help me find him now.
Yep.
Um, so it
And
seems
I
like
think
they, yeah, go ahead.
I think, there's some objections to be had about Mike's curious or lack of curious nature. Like, you were just hired
Yeah,
by this guy, told him not to look at the chair company, and then he ripped your shirt off
right.
when you ran the other way. Like, maybe you
Yeah,
should be
yeah.
doing some sleuthing. And clearly Ron is so captured. I don't maybe something to object there with Mike.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, maybe he's that strapped for cash. He's like, all right,
Yeah.
50. Wait, he got off. I can't remember. Did he get offered a lot or a little? I
I
think
think
he
it was
got
a
offered a
little.
lot.
Oh, okay.
I think he got offered 50K or something.
Oh,
Maybe that's an important detail, but anyways,
yeah,
he
maybe.
he uh, he takes he takes the cash either way. He's looking for a quick buck. All he had to
Again,
do is
Jan's
just
Cafe is not Jan's Cafe
right.
security, even
Yeah,
despite the level of difficulty that job would
which he
be.
probably has a lot going on in that
Yeah,
job.
he's not getting paid enough, clearly.
Not enough. So he actually agrees. They seem to be teaming up. He gives Ron a burner phone, which he of course puts in a Yeti thermos. Like obviously, where else you gonna
That
put
was
it?
I kinda liked that move, actually. I think
Yeah,
that I
it's
mean,
not bad.
I we did see the downside of it later when it rings and the Yeti thermos is
Yeah,
the loudest
yeah, right.
possible,
It's rumbling and traveling across
container.
the desk. Yeah,
Yeah, that is the downside, but honestly, but the idea of it being in a one of those water bottles is actually a pretty good one.
it fits.
I
It fits. It's hidden. Like
Yeah.
quick
And
thinking.
no
Quick
one when have
thinking.
you ever opened someone else's water bottle to see what's inside? Like 3
Never.
times ever. Yeah.
No. Yeah. Right. So yeah, maybe a great choice. Maybe a great choice there. Um, so yeah, they're
He's clearly
teaming up. They're team.
not a bad detective. I mean, he got to Mike, so anyway, they're teaming up.
Right. He is no, he's certainly making progress.
Mhm.
We're meeting Tara's parents. We know so Natalie's fiance's name is Tara. We're meeting her parents for the first time. And these people are also uniquely like abrasive. They're
Yeah.
like insulting their late dog. Tara's kind of weird, which is also like kind of a weird foil because thus far Natalie's been like completely normal and so she's engaged to this kind of weird family. So that's a funny dynamic. Uh, um, and then yeah, so Ron's got a task here to convince Tara's father to go along with this, right? I don't know if he's also funding this thing, but we got to get him on board.
Yep.
So they go outside. Tara's dad starts insulting their home even more, which is also kind of a funny thing that Tim likes to do in some of his sketches, like just straight to their face, insulting their home and like
Yeah.
kicking around tiles and stuff. So
Yeah.
that's funny. But here Ron goes, man. He gets it done. He starts tugging on the heartstrings,
He gets it done.
and he does the thing. So he kind of convinces them like, who cares? It's in a haunted barn. What matters is our daughters found each other and they're happy and yeah, we're gonna have a wedding either way. So it works.
It was
Um,
impassioned. It was a
it
full
was,
it
yeah,
was like, if he's getting the Oscar, that would be the thing they play up on the screen for his
right,
Oscar
right,
moment.
yeah, um, yeah. Worked on Tara's dad, worked on me, and
Exactly.
so yeah, we're back inside. They're playing some games. It's like kind of feels like it's a happy feel good. We're wrapping up here, playing some games. Natalie's thrilled that he kind of gives her the sign that it worked. He pans over and Seth has put the crappy hat, the dumb little hat on his backpack as a keychain.
And somehow
Um,
there was no hole or anything
right, yeah.
to he just, I don't know, drilled a hole
He
through it or
he had to
something.
craft that. He had to
Yeah,
craft that certainly.
exactly. That wasn't just a passing thought.
Yeah. And so yeah, it's kind of ending on a nice note. And then we get kind of an eerie. The music stops, pans over to the closet, and Ron gets a text from
Mhm.
someone or something, and it's a picture of himself, obviously coming from the closet,
Yep.
and that's what we're left with. It's like, all right, someone is still after Ron here, or they're in his
And somehow in
house.
his closet, yeah.
They're in his house. So his fear at the beginning of like his family maybe being in danger is like kind of coming to fruition.
Yeah, it's interesting that we're
Um,
bookending with scary moments.
hmm
We're
hmm
bookending with feeling uneasy, which is it's an interesting choice. They clearly don't want us to just think of this as a feel good comedy show. Like
yeah,
what we get to start and to end. is, "Oh, there is a bigger thing going on here."
Right,
Um,
right. They're in
very,
danger.
like a Scream type situation
Mhm.
where they're in the house or they're not. I do remember, to go back one scene, Mike and Ron do take a drive out, and he tries to give him a handgun, basically. Um,
Okay. That I
and then
was
Ron,
I've kinda missed that, in my notes, but that is actually a really funny scene.
yeah, and
Um,
there's that, like, comedy, it's the guys
yes.
yelling at each
Yeah,
other
it's
on the
absolute
CD.
nonsense. It's so crude, it's so
It's
crass.
so crude.
They're just screaming nonsense. Ron's like, "What is this?" And it's
It's like,
just yeah,
they're
that is a
talking, they're
funny one.
yelling. They're yelling at each other.
Um,
They're
but
yelling.
yeah, no, that's actually a really important moment. So yeah, we should touch on that.
Yep.
Mike is trying to take him to Jim X, who is yeah, apparently the guy. Apparently,
Mhm.
Mike found him. Um,
But
uh,
he wants to do some
and he
harm. He
wants
wants
to
there to be a
yeah,
gun
he's like, "Hey,
involved.
yeah, let's go take care of this guy. This is the only way you can take care of a guy like this is
Yep.
by getting violent." So Ron kind of has to make a decision. He's like, am I in on this thing?
Yep.
And again, he kind of pulls out, and that's when they go back to the kind of
Mhm.
happy-go-lucky house party. So yeah, we get the flip flop. We get the flip flop that we're probably going to come to know and love. Is Ron going to keep pursuing this thing? Like he's obviously on the right track, but like, is he putting his family in harm's way? Is he putting himself in harm's way? Does he even care enough to like keep pursuing it?
He's
I
clearly
guess we'll
obsessed with it, but he doesn't want it to affect it. I mean, he won't tell anyone else about it. Or at least straight up tell him about it. He won't. He doesn't want his family to know. Like, he's obsessed, but he doesn't really want it to change his actual life. Which,
mhm.
that's a fair. I mean,
Yep.
I get it.
Right. And he says the line, he's like, I've got a family, like I'm a good man. So
Yeah, I'm a good
he's
man.
he's finding his value in that. Something deep within him knows like this is somehow wrong
Hmm.
or dangerous, but he's just too curious and obviously, like you said, obsessed. So
Do you think it was the porn images in an empty warehouse that clued him into that, or what do you
yeah,
think was that gave him a clue this was wrong?
I honestly I think the people coming after him is what
Yeah,
he's like,
fair,
okay, the fact that people
fair.
don't want me pursuing this, like I'm on to something. Um, and we'll just have to keep watching to find out what.
I absolutely. I wanted to take that. So the scene of them driving and the comedy tape CD is playing, and it's just
Mhm.
like vulgar nonsense.
You can't even describe what it's saying. It's
I
just literally complete
barely sentences.
garbage. Yeah.
Um, it's really so. We talked earlier briefly about, like, it's not my personal experience that there's like someone who finds me doing weird things, but
Mhm.
I had a very similar experience to what Ron was experiencing in that scene. So, uh, big picture, what that's cluing me into is, like, maybe he's doing the whole, they say in like, for writing, it's like you write about specific experiences, and that's how people, like, connect. It becomes actually
Mhm.
more universal rather than writing really generic experiences for
Mhm.
your characters, and then it
Yep.
kind of feels blah. So
Yep.
maybe there's something to that with the comedy, but to tell that story because it's stuck in my head is,
Mhm.
I do a road trip basically with my hometown friends every year, and we were in San Francisco, and we were driving out to Big Sur, which is not an insignificant drive, but there was a ton of traffic. We left at like 4 p.m. And so we basically drove like through the city for a long time. And
Mm.
then there was construction. And so there was like, the you were in like 2 lanes when it should be 4,
Yep.
and you can't get off. There's no like exits because you're inside the barriers basically. And my friend, normally we would just be like listening to music and talking, but we were tired of driving. We had been hanging out for a long time. And so he was like, let's put on some comedy. And and I was driving, and I really, really, really had to pee. Like, I mean,
Yep.
it was worst feeling, and all I could think about was trying to go to pee. And I was like, okay, I'll just distract myself with the comedy. And it's this like YouTube video called Dracula Flow,
Okay.
which
I'll
it
have to
is
go look it up.
almost
Yep.
it. Once you look it up, you'll know exactly. It's almost the exact same thing as this. It's just a guy saying phrases basically over and over again for
Okay.
and it's kind of like a rap almost,
Mhm.
and it's basically just each phrase is like a joke or a burn in and of itself. And I mean, it is long. There's like 7 of
Yeah.
them, and he played all the Dracula flows back to back. It was like probably an hour and a half.
And you're like,
And
"Wait, what is this?"
yeah, and I've heard him do it before, and
Okay.
he quotes the Dracula flow all the time.
Mhm, mhm.
But hearing all of them like back to back,
Right.
and you can't
And they're all
exit,
a
and I'm
little similar. Yeah.
yes, you can't exit, and I'm in traffic, and I have to pee. I
That's hilarious.
I felt so similar. I felt so
Yeah.
seen by this
Yeah.
scene,
That's hilarious,
and
yeah.
of all the things to really connect with, this was the
Yeah.
thing that I was like, I have
Oh,
lived
that's
that.
oh, that's good, that's good. He found how to connect to at
Yeah,
least someone out there, yeah.
yeah. I and Dracula Flow is funny, but it's extremely crass and it's extremely
Right, yeah.
nonsensical. There's no through line. It's just a guy saying things.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, like, there's probably people out there who think Mike's show is funny. Like,
Exactly,
comedy is,
exactly,
comedy is subjective.
exactly.
They hear
So I
that and
just
they're like, "This is
yeah,
funny."
I was really I was just thinking about that. Like it's so the randomest, weirdest things in this show, and they are a random is it's not the best word, but it's a good word for it. Like
Yeah,
they sometimes they work and they click with you, and
yeah.
I'll never forget that. So
And
yeah,
that is like, I think you even mentioned it in the first episode, but it's like some of these moments. I think the only way you can think of them is if something similar happened to you, like
sure,
looking at someone through the through the little hole in the desk, like accidentally
yeah,
making eye
yeah,
contact. Like maybe it's not the hole in the desk, but he's probably relating that to like seeing someone through a stall door or something. Like
yeah.
he's very good at yeah, like you're saying, he's taking these tiny little awkward moments and like yeah, showing
The
them to
little
all of us.
everyday weird things that happen,
Hmm.
and blowing it up, but not blowing it up in a way that we're like, haha, that, just someone being like, this is funny, isn't it weird? Oh,
Yeah,
airplane food, right? Like that's kind of
yeah, yeah, yeah.
this is a different style of comedy.
Hmm.
He's just like putting it in scenarios where it doesn't feel like it deserves to be there, and we laugh at that, and
Yeah.
it's just a different style of comedy. Yeah.
So hopefully you're enjoying it. I'm of course enjoying it.
Oh yeah.
And we'll be back for episode 3, hopefully with a shorter break than between 1 and 2.
Yeah. Sounds great. I'm excited.
All
See
right,
ya.
see you guys next time.